Hey guys, so today we'll be learning a very interesting and yet a very meaningful a small poem which is written by Robert Frost. He is an American poet who writes very simply but insignificantly, because it's like a very it's a pretty big poem, but it's like a story where you have to just understand what's going on there. And then he writes about ordinary experiences but in a very interesting way. It's like so breathtaking about how very nice this is. So let me give you a little summary about this lesson. So it's just a poet who just wants to go, and he's like a traveler. So what he's an alone traveler, and then he sees the two roads are diverging, and there is yellow wood, and then he there are two paths for him, which is which is very nice and grassy, which the grass stood still. And then the other path, they had the grass, which is the grass was like vacuumed, which is like it was really, the grasses were very short. And then vehicles keep on going means the grass will become like really pressed down, right? It was like that. So his decision which on going to the the fuller grass one or the pressed grass one, let's see which path he takes, and let's just go through this amazing journey. So let's get started. So two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood, Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. So what he's telling is, when he was going straightly, there were two roads. Diverged means there are like two paths, which is like two paths, and then in a yellow road. In a yellow road means when it's like autumn, the leaves fall down and pretty much it's yellow, right? The dried up leaves. So it's like yellow wood. And sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. He's saying that I can't travel both the paths because he's one traveler. Long I stood and looked down as far as I could. He's like seeing as far as he can while he was staying in the jeep, and then he was seeing that which path he should take, which is the grassy one or the the very pushed up one, which is like very like a pressed one. He didn't know which one to go. So he was like, and to where it bent underground. So he's saying that he is like standing and like seeing which path he should take, because the so what he's saying is, then took the other just as far, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that passing there had worn them really about the same. So what he's telling is, then he took the other path, which was he thought that it was a better route to take, and then because it was like very grassy, and he just wanted to see what's there. And then he thought that when he was passing that, it has also worn pretty much about the same. When he was passing, he already has taken the road, but when he was going deeper and deeper, he can see that those both roads are about the same, and both that morning equally lay back in leaves no step had trodden back black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. He's saying that he doesn't know if he should have like taken that way, but he thinks that when he kept the for another day, which is he wants to go to that in another in that path which is already must out in the another day, without knowing how the way leads on to the way, which is saying that he doesn't know how the way is going to go, but he's just going to his destiny. It's just it's just how it's supposed to be. So if he's telling that the other another day he wants to go in the other way, which is mushy. So he doesn't know how it leads, how the way is going to go, but he doubted that he if he should ever come back. And then I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took one less travelled by, and has made all the difference. He already said like the summary, literally, like, see, he is telling with a sigh. Sigh means like, oh, like that. Like, if you just study one chapter in your max and you just have five more left to read, you'll be like, what? like that, right? That is side. And then somewhere edges, and he is like a little summary. Two roads diverge in a wood. Wood means, like we say, like the woods, right? Like the forest. So there are like two roads which he wants to go. The two roads were diverged, and then he took one less traveled by, which is one which has not been traveled because the grasses were like really big and stuff, and the other ones were, the grasses were really like pressed down because people are walking and walking, and then the grass just doesn't grow well. And then, if there is like cars and bikes are all going in there, it just get mussed and like pushed down, right? So he took the nice way, and then that has made all the difference. So he's saying that even if he took that way, it led him to a different adventure, it led him to a different, way. So that's how this is a very interesting story by Robert Frost. I mean, we can say this as a poem or a story because it's so good. So there are some there are some meanings for them. The diverge is separated or took from the different direction, which is like two paths in this lesson. And then the undergrowth means like the dense growth of plants and or brushes or the bushes, sorry. It's like the there will be growth, right? The undergrowth of plants and bushes. Like normally, if you have seen like the movies of forest or stuff, if you have gone to forest, you have known. And then wanted wear means has not been used at all. Like you wanted to wear, like, yeah, it's like wanted, but it hasn't been used. And if you want like a Gucci shirt, and then you it's just a wanted wear because you have bought it and you not used it. So yeah, hence means in the future, like, yeah, here in the future, yeah. And thinking about the poem. Okay, so these are all the questions, you guys can, um just go through this, and then yeah, that's it. So let's see this quote said by Jawaharlal Nehru. Time is not measured by passing of the years, but by what one does and what one feels and what one achieves. So sometimes some parents tell that you should become a doctor, and some parents tell that I want you to be a doctor because I wasn't be able to be a doctor, so you should be a doctor. Like, that is not fair. So what Jawaharlal Nehru is telling, that time is not measured by the passing of years. It's not measured by the passing of years, but by what one does and by what one feels. Just do whatever you want, and by whatever you achieve, make sure you do the best of yours. And so this story is again done by Robert Frost. He is an American poet, so it's very a cool listen. I really like this. It's just so fun. So make sure I like, share, and subscribe for more explanation videos. Bye.